Hello Aries, this is a timeless love reading. So I did shuffle this deck before I started because I didn't want to take too much time. Sorry, let me just get these out. So come out quite quickly. More as an advice card, so we shall see if it resonates with the reading. So as I said, this is a timeless love reading. Please don't make it fit. If it resonates, if it's a good message, I hope. To me it looks like you're making changes, Aries. What else do you need to know? If you're new here, welcome, thank you. You might hear a lot of ums and ahs and things like that, because that's just how I process what I'm seeing. I'm an intuitive reader, so I don't always go with the true meanings. I go with the imagery, but we shall see. Last but not least, I'm not taking any private readings on at the moment, but that will hopefully change at some point in the future. Can't think of anything else, so should we just crack on? Right, so as I said, I'll read this at the end. I hope I remember, because I do have a tendency to forget. And I might clarify, I've got this little deck, and you might ask, like, someone might put in the comments what deck it is, and I don't know because the box is put away. But if anyone wants to know, just put it in the comments and I'll find the box out. So I'll give these a quick shuffle, but I'm going to put them to one side for now. Anyway, let's crack on, because I am trying to keep these readings small. So Aries, love reading. I don't know whether you've been dealing with a Scorpio. Right, let me tell you what cards. Death, 8 of Cups, 10 of Wands, the Sun card, the 2 of Wands, the King of Swords. Potential advice and outcome is the 5 of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. And if I feel like I need to, I will clarify, okay? So the Death card. So either you're going through, when you find this reading, sorry, you come across it, you're either going through a transition period, or you've been dealing with a Scorpio, or there's some form of, whether you're transforming from singlehood into being in a committed relationship, because it's a sense of walking away with this 8 of Cups. It could be that you're just walking away from a Scorpio, okay, Aries? And like with the 8 of Cups, we normally say you're going to find your 9th cup. I feel with these cards, you're feeling quite burdened with the 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands is like you're trying to, what comes to mind is soldier on through with the weight of the world on your shoulders, basically. I don't know if you can see. Okay, I'm not really sure why you're feeling like this. I just want to clarify. I've got to mention this. This is really nothing to do, well, it might be. If you're watching this and you've been seeing a lot of robins lately, I've literally just looked out my window and there's a little robin. Now, it's in an absolute huge weeping willow. So how I've even been able to notice it, I would not have been. Does that make sense? So I don't know whether someone has asked for a sign or something, but it's just there. So yeah, so I don't know if that's a message for anyone. Anyway, I'm going to carry on with clarifying. That's so strange. So I just wonder if that's a message for somebody in particular that has asked for something. Okay. Okay, right. It's very strange for a love reading, but I'll tell you what I'm getting from this. I feel as if you thought someone was your 9 of Cups, okay? And I think you've invested, sorry, you got the 9 of Cups, which threw me, because that's normally like wish fulfillment. 7 of Pentacles, like, so I've done it to clarify what this situation is love-wise. I feel that you're with someone that you really thought was your Nine of Cups. You really thought you'd found your person. Probably, you know, told you all the... I don't want to sound really negative, but we've all come across these people that at the beginning, you know, for quite a while, so, you know, that they just seem perfect. I mean, none of us are perfect, but they tell you the right things, they give you the right chat. And then slowly but surely their true personality starts to come out, or you find out possibly that you're not the only one they're entertaining. I've got a feeling that this is what's happened to you, Aries, that you thought that this person was your Nine of Cups. You really thought you had. Out of possibly, I'm getting like with all these cups in front of you, you might have been like dating intentionally and also not putting all your eggs in one cup. So that's why. And you thought you'd chosen, you know, quite a good catch. But I feel like their true nature started to creep through. So you've got these rats and mice. And I feel, for me, it's making me think of like little niggles that started quite small at first, that were gnawing away. And I think with the Seven of Pentacles, you put a lot of your effort, your money, your time into this person. Something has come to light that you're realising that actually this person isn't your forever person, if that's what you were looking for. If you're in a, like, this is either relationship or going, like, you're just dating and you're finding that the person that you've been dating is not who you thought they would be. And you've decided to walk away. I don't know whether you come across this reading. I'm just being drawn. Sorry, I'm yawning then. I do apologise. I'm being drawn to the full moon. So whether you're going to make this decision over, like, because yesterday was new moon in Gemini. So whether it's going to be between whenever you see this and the next full moon, is when you'll actually walk away. I'm unsure, but I've got a feeling you've made your mind up. But for some reason, you're feeling quite burdened. You're feeling, I don't know whether this is leaving you with debts. Maybe you've been left with the property. Maybe if you're to make this decision, that you're going to have to find somewhere to live, move all your stuff, separate bank accounts. If it's just dating as such, and you've been seeing them for quite a while, it might be just like, I don't know why, I just kind of feel like weighed down with responsibility, and I'm not really sure why. If you're only dating, I'll be honest, I'll tell you what's come to mind. Obviously that I'm going to, because that's what you're here for. Is I feel as if you're gonna... Oh, there's two things that's come to mind. This person that you're walking away from, yeah? They're going to try and, with all their baggage, and I'm wondering if this is what's made you walk away, with all their baggage, they're trying to push against and trying to stop you from moving on and walking away. That's one. Or, I really do, that message, like, is quite strong. Or you're going to decide to, although this has weighed you down and you're really you are very disappointed. I mean, if it was a long-term relationship, then this could be like it could be all the, like, weight of, you know, the thoughts that you have where you think, like, I've had it. I was in a long-term relationship for quite a long time. I think once I allowed myself, and it took a few years. I know it sounds a bit silly, but I actually grieved for the relationship I thought I was going to have with that person. I mean, I was with them a very long time. But like I'm saying, this could be like all the burdens but if you've been in a relationship, it's all the burdens that it's leaving you with. It could be money and things like that. What I feel, sorry, this is you know, it's not the exciting, but for some of you this might be, you know, a sign of like you're going to be moving like forwards, and there is going to be light at the end of the tunnel. Whatever this is though, you're definitely moving away. Definitely moving away. And it's almost as if you're just clearing the decks. Like, if you've been dating and you've been seeing one particular person, you're just clearing all this. You're just like pushing it to one side, and you're going to just move on. It could be potential that you start to move forward, make decisions in Leo season. And the reason why I say that, because you've got the Sun, the 2 wands, the King of Swords. So the Sun would be, it's like a Leo card, but it's like happy times. For me, it's like summer. I'm also getting, you know, that turn of a cycle where it's at the full moon. Could even be that. But I think it could coincide with, you know, like planetary movements. I know there's a lot going on at the moment, but you're definitely going to, make a decision to move forward. You're going to be a little bit less burdened. So it's almost as if, like, say if you see this, like we're in, what are we in? We're in June, sorry. Whether this is like summertime, you've started to move out of all this, yeah, and summertime starts to, what's the word? You start to feel lighter, you have more fun, you start getting out, you don't feel so burdened anymore. You've dropped the burdens. Coming into like the end of August into September, because it's making me think of autumn with this 2 of Wands, is you're making a decision, okay? And to me, it doesn't really, it's not saying either or either, which it could be the fact that you're deciding, do I want to go out, do I want to go back out dating again? Do I want to push forward, you know, or should I just stay on my own and kind of work on myself for a little bit, yeah? So let me just... Okay, oops. Okay, so I think one path is kind of like, so what are you refusing to see? What choice? I think this is just this, really. It's kind of like, so let's just push these out of the way and just like, is this you? Like, you've made the decision, and I did say previously, I remember what I said about sure footing, and you're not so burdened, but you're like, yeah, like, what am I refusing to make a choice on? Is it to allow my emotions? Am I feeling that this thing's still hidden? Yeah. And then you've got like the Page of Swords and the Four of Swords. So for me, like, swords are very mental. So you've got a lot of swords here. So this is you. I think this is you. Really, like, Page of Swords could be messages. So it could be text messages, emails, things like that. Yeah. But I just kind of feel like you're kind of, because there's a lot of swords, so it's like a lot of mental thoughts and mulling over things and refusing to make a decision. I think you're just really unsure. And I'll tell you what I've got, what's come to mind. So you've got this King of Swords. So I don't know whether you've potentially got the option of, now don't take genders, but someone who takes on the quality of the King of Swords. So it could be an air sign for a start. So it could be Libra, Gemini, or, oh my God, I've got Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Now, King of Swords, I've got to admit, before, like, I've done a bit of research, I always used to think that the King of Swords was Aquarius, just because of, I mean, I'm not going to take anything away from Geminis, but just how Aquarius, like their knowledge and the things, and I know Gemini's got a thirst for knowledge, but it's almost like a Gemini's more playful. Does that make sense? Whereas like with the King of Swords, and I, you know, I've met some very, very intelligent Gemini people, but like I feel like with Aquarius, they're a little bit more. They can be a little bit more. Even though they have the silly moments, they can be a little bit more stoic, but not stoic. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, we'll leave it at that because I'm waffling. But anyway, the reason why I've got sidetracked on a tangent on this person, so you standing here, they've got this purple, and this King of Swords is wearing a lot of purple. There's a lot of purple, and I just wonder if that you've got someone possibly. I don't know if it's the person that you originally was leaving. I don't see any, like, what's the word? Oh my God. Reconciliation cards or anything like that. But anyway, I really do feel that there's an option to date an air sign, but you're really not sure. It's like they've just piqued your interest kind of thing. And I think this is where you're kind of like, well, is the things hidden? Do I really want to do that? Do I really, like, all your emotions and that? Do I really want to do that? And there's some kind of messaging. And I think with the Four of Swords, normally that's like a rest. You know, it's taking a break from things. And I don't know whether you're like, oh, I don't know if I can be bothered. Let's just see if you decide to pursue this. I wonder if this is resonating with anyone. Are you dealing with someone? Or is this something that's coming in? Oh, okay. Is there a lot of passion? Ooh. Do you potentially know this person, Aries? Because it's just making me think, like, with this refusing to see or make a decision, and things being hidden or confusion, like, so that's like the confusion, not being able to make your mind up for the choice, messaging, yeah. But then you've got the Devil and the Nine of Swords. So the Devil is like, the Devil could be that, like, it could be toxic, it can be, oh God, don't get me wrong, it can be quite passionate, like fiery, what have you. It could be a Capricorn, but like, if we're looking with the Nine of Swords, to me, that's like some of the negative aspects of it. So is this person triggering you to overthink things? Are they potentially, do you feel like they're holding back from you and there's things hidden? With this Devil card, it could be that, do you feel like, you know, is there a little bit of love bombing going on? So you're pulling away, like with the Four of Swords. Sorry. But whatever it is, we're going back to these mental swords again. Thoughts, sleepless nights. Is this just basically you trying to make a choice? And I'm not really sure. Let me just get a clarifying card on this. I just feel that this person, it's like it's almost as if you want to start, but you're holding off from them. I just feel that you feel that they're not. You're holding back. You're very confused. You're very conflicted, and I think with this Devil card, you're ruminating and You're having sleepless nights over it because you really don't, like, there's attraction there. There's definitely attraction there, but you're just really up in your head and don't know whether to, yeah, pursue it. Anyway, let's just move on a minute. Right, so I'm going to say really that these are potentially advice cards, but I'm going to get, you've got the Five of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune, so it's quite, it's a confusing read, but it's not, if that makes sense, because, like, it's obviously going to make sense to somebody. You've invested time into somebody. They've left you quite burdened. Eventually, things are going to be illuminated, lighter, you know, possibly the summertime. You are very much in your head and feeling confused, delusion, don't know how to move forward, whether you want to move forward. There's messaging. I feel almost like with this that you're just like, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Like almost you're lying in bed, and it's causing these thoughts. I don't know if this was a long-term relationship. I don't know if this was just dating. It's really got you in your head. But then we're going to the Five of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. I just want to get clarity on this Five of Swords because and I just feel like you want this new start, but you're closed off. I mean, I'm getting, did you spend a lot of money? Not just time and money and effort. And this is why you're holding yourself back from a new start. Let me just... Oh, that's too many. I didn't realise. Sorry, I didn't realise there's too many there. I only want... No, it's come back out. Definitely come back out. I would normally say with the Five of Swords, normally it's like an empty victory. Okay, so it's you've had a row with someone, probably, I don't know. Let's just say a friend, yeah. And this friend you think a lot of. And whatever it is, you've had a row, and you've been able to back something up with receipts, photos of messages. I don't know. I don't do that kind of thing, but you know. And you've proved your point with that person, but by proving that point, you've really hurt them and possibly jeopardised the friendship. Yeah. So I know that we're on about a relationship here. So with this Five of Swords, it's like, yeah, you won the argument, but you potentially might have ruined a friendship or a partnership or like a relationship with somebody. So you've won, but you haven't really. No one wins, you know. So it's kind of like that. But I feel with this is like, now I think about it, this is you, how you've moved on, okay? And I think what this is potentially saying is that to a certain extent you feel like there has been a victory here. So I don't know whether you've been in this, if this has been a relationship for a long time, but you feel there's a victory that you actually did move away, okay? I really don't know if this is a new person or if I don't get reuniting with a past person. I just feel as if you're celebrating cutting ties with somebody. And I almost feel as if cutting ties with the person that was, you know, who you were before you left. So I feel like that was you, and this is you now. Okay, sorry, yeah. And I think with this Ten of Cups, I think that the Ten of Cups is usually like, you've got everything. You've got the home, you've got a relationship, you've got family around you, you're settled. And I feel that whatever this transition period has been, this is advising you to say, right, so I'm taking these advice cards, okay? This is no longer you now, Aries. This is you. It isn't an empty victory. And it might feel like it a bit, as in you've had to move away, and maybe that it's cost you a fair bit. I don't know if it's been monetary, your energy, your health even. I don't know, but it's saying that you're still standing. You're still standing. Do you know what I mean? And you're still strong. And even though it's took its toll, you still have a lot of support around you. If you don't, it's definitely coming in. Okay, whether that be friends, family, your support network, but things are definitely on the turn for you. And the reason why I say that is you've got the Wheel of Fortune, and the Wheel of Fortune is, for one thing, the wheel is always turning. So if you've gone through a particularly bad period, like, things will always move and move forward. Yeah, look, three of Pentacles, things are moving. So I think you're regaining possibly money, health, energy, what have you. Hold on, let me just, I just want to get a card, and then I'm going to clear the, oh, this is a lot longer than I expected it to be, sorry. Yeah, so you've definitely gotten a new emotional start. Things are definitely going to turn in your favour, and it's saying that you're no longer that person that's been beaten down, and you're actually quite strong, and what's ahead of you is going to bring you like fulfillment. You're going to have support around you, friends, a new emotional start, and money's going to start to pick up. I'm just going to, is this, I don't know whether you should pursue this if it's making you feel, hold on, I only want one card. No, it's up to you, because tarot only advises you. Yeah, I think whoever this person is that you might be tempted by, I think there's going to be a lot of arguing. It might even be, like I said, an ex, and maybe you're squabbling over, like, maybe they want to come back and squabble over stuff, and this is where the text is, and you're just like, I'm just so fucking over it. Do you know what I mean? But things are definitely going to start to pick up. I really don't think, I know I said this might be an option, but I don't think, the cards are kind of suggesting no. But it's up to you to make that decision whether this applies. I didn't intend this to be this long. I've definitely waffled. If you're still here, thank you. I'd appreciate if you give it a like or subscribe. And yeah, I wish you all the best. Things will start to move for you, Aries, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Okay, bye-bye.